about 10 minutes, we'll have the coin toss before they kick off, before the teams enter the field.
Welcome to the campus of South Brunswick High School for your FOCUS Broadband TV Game of the Week. I'm Sam Hickman, joined as always by the best color analyst in the business, Mr. Jay Combs. A county rivalry non-conference game tonight featuring the host South Brunswick Cougars and the visitors from Leland, the North Brunswick High School Scorpions. Both these teams suffered season-opening losses in Week 1, Jay. North Brunswick at the hands of Corinth Holders, and we had South Brunswick in action in Shallotte against West Brunswick. West Brunswick 34-14 winners down in Shallotte last week. Corinth Holders knocked off North Brunswick 35-27. And Jay, we had this conversation on the way here. It was a pretty one-sided early, and North Brunswick fought back and made a game of it.
Yeah, the Scorps were down 21-0, Sam, and made a ferocious comeback, only to fall a touchdown short. Jonah Campbell, a couple of touchdowns. Kane Jen Rett, big day rushing the ball with 132 yards. But they just got too far behind and couldn't catch up.
Jay, early storyline tonight in this one is we got some key pieces on both teams who are out. Tyrell Simpson for North Brunswick, the lineman, of course, who's a Division I football commit. He's a senior offensive lineman and defensive lineman. We saw him in street clothes before the game. And then for South Brunswick, senior linebacker and tight end Gregor Brock, one of the team's most reliable tacklers. He took the field with the captains in gym shorts and his game jersey, so he's out for the Cougars. So some early season injury issues for both teams. And, of course, anytime you're missing Simpson, that would be hard to not notice, because
that's
a big man whose presence on the field is noticed and his absence will be felt.
6'8", 330 pounds. As you see, the Cougars of South Brunswick being led on the field by one of those seniors, Corbin Faro. Yeah, so Simpson being out, and you mentioned Brock. Brock's a really good player, and again, another senior, a veteran, but he's hurt. And last week, shame on me, I forgot to mention in South Brunswick's game against West Brunswick, I forgot to mention that a kid who was really impressive for them last year as a freshman, Wyatt Cluis, is out for the year, and I believe it was a broken leg or a broken foot, something. But anyway, Cluis won't play this year, and that, for Coach Daniel Yao, when you're really trying to build something here, having kids out like Cluis and, of course, this evening, Brock, just doesn't help you.
Yeah, Jay, I remember last year marveling at the fact that Cluis started at safety as a ninth grader. Also a terrific member of the South Brunswick baseball team, so quite an athlete, and as you so eloquently stated, a big miss for Coach Yao and the South Brunswick Cougars this year with Cluis's injury. We're moments away from the opening kickoff, so both teams trying to get in the win column for the first time in the still young 2025 campaign. I got a lot of high school football action in the area this week. West Brunswick hosting Whiteville, Hoggard playing Jack Britt. You got New Hanover playing Purnell Sweat. North and South that we're about to bring you here. Garner against Laney, E.E. Smith against Ashley, and Topsail playing Croatan. We'll go around the horn a few times tonight and try our best to keep you posted on other games in the area. Here, South Brunswick will kick off to the Scorps. Sorry, Jay Bird.
No, sorry. Keep an eye on one of the return guys, the deep guy for North Brunswick, Ty Witters or Whiters. I should have got clarification on that. But anyway, the kid can go, and he had a 93-yard kickoff for a touchdown last week in North Brunswick's game against Corinth Holders. So a threat to return.
And we are off. South Brunswick, nice driving kick. Whiters fielded it at the 2-yard line, looking for a little bit of running room, but a really nice open field tackle by number 7, Edward Young. That's a sophomore receiver and defensive back. And, Jay, you can't miss him either with those lime green cleats and gloves. Came up on a kickoff team and made a nice tackle against a very dangerous return man. And Whiters brought down right at the 20-yard line where North Brunswick will take over 1st and 10.
That's nice special teams play by Young. And I think this kid is one to keep your eye on, number 7, Edward Young. They tried like heck last week to get the ball to him as a receiver. He did catch one pass, but I think he's going to be an important part of this year's South Brunswick's team.
First and 10 for the Scorps at their own 20-yard line. Jonah Campbell, the senior signal caller in the shotgun, drops back to pass, has a man out near the visitor's sideline. Pass is caught and good for 7 yards out to the 27.
Boy, somebody had a really good tackle that time out of that South Brunswick, either linebacker core or secondary.
That was Hansley on the reception, Jay Bird. That's Khalil Hansley, the senior receiver.
3 last week for 53 yards. Off to a good start this season.
Campbell keeps it. Now he's going to forego the pitch and take off. He's still on his feet. Finally brought down by Nathan Early at the 49-yard line, a gain of 22 yards and a North first down. Jay, it seemed like South Brunswick had it pretty well defended, but the defender bit on the pitch man, and Campbell wisely kept it and picked up 22 on the ground.
Yeah, wise decision by Jonah that time, and the kid's capable with his legs and with his arm. 34 yards on the ground last week and a score, 83 yards through the air and a touchdown pass.
I mean, I think he is. I really enjoy watching him play, Jay. He's just grown and got more mature and poised, and he's really become a terrific player. That's Whiters in motion. That's officially a pass on the little pop pass, speed sweep. Whiters still on his feet, wrestled out of bounds by number 11, Logan Ferguson. So officially it's a completed pass to the 45-yard line, a gain of 6. We'll set up a 2nd and 4.
Yeah, Logan Ferguson got off to a good start last week against West Brunswick. 6 tackles on the game. He's a 5'8", 155-pound senior, returning in the defensive secondary for Coach Daniel Yow's Cougars.
10.5 minutes left in the opening quarter. North Brunswick 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line. Campbell in the shotgun. Sprint out toward the bottom of your screen. Fires a stop route over toward the South Brunswick sideline. The pass is caught by number 6, Eli Talley, and that's enough for the first down yardage to the 38-yard line, a gain of 7 and a first down.
Yeah, put a circle around Eli Talley, too. Just a 10th grader. And a couple of catches last week. He's already got one here this evening.
North has only run it once, and it was Campbell on the option keeper for 22 yards. They're going to throw again.
Pressure.
Oh, very nearly got him down. He's got a man down the field.
Wow.
Pass is complete. It was number 3, Grady Sotrifer, who went in, Jay, and I think he just tried to knock the ball loose. Well, Campbell's a big, strong kid. He kept his feet, found a man down the field. Was that Tally on the catch?
I think it
Jay?
was. I think it was 6, Tally. That's one of those, no, yes, right? Passes.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. That's Kane Jenrette. He's got room around the left side. And then he's wrestled out of bounds by Grady Sotrifer. Jenrette knocked out at the 17-yard line, a gain of 11 yards, and another North Brunswick first down.
Yeah, Kane had a nice game last week in that loss to Corinth Holders. He rushed for 132 yards, Sam, but he averaged 18.9 yards per carry, so he didn't run that many times. But when he did, he was extremely productive.
Only 132 in the season opener. That's a great way to start the season. 1st and 10 at the 17. This time South Brunswick is game. A nice play by the Michael Mendez, the senior linebacker. He dropped the ball carrier. Yeah, I think that was 25 on the carry, Linden.
Xavier Linden, yeah.
Officially a loss of 2 yards back to the 19-yard line where it will be 2nd and 12. And that's the first negative play by the North Brunswick offense. So the Scorpions still threatening with 8:35 left in the first quarter. Got a man open right down the middle of the field. That's the senior receiver, Ty Whiters, 19 yards on the perfect strike from Jonah Campbell. And 3 minutes and 27 seconds into this one, the visitors from North Brunswick have taken an early 6-0 lead.
There were a couple of receivers open, wide open on that play. Campbell chose Whiters, and Whiters chooses a touchdown catch.
North Brunswick, it's like they're missing a player out there for the point after try. The play clock is under 10 seconds, but it looks like the Scorps will have some time. Oh. Fires it to the end zone on the fire 2-point try. Incomplete. Was going to be an extra point attempt, but couldn't handle the long snap. And, Jay, we're going to get another look at this touchdown pass.
Yeah, there's a couple of receivers. Look, 2 of them, number, I don't know if that's number 80.
See it either.
That was open as well, but Campbell picked the right guy. And the right guy in this case was Whiters, and a 6-0 North Brunswick lead.
So, Jay, on that opening drive, Jonah Campbell, 5 completions on 5 pass attempts for 49 yards and a touchdown. Also added a carry for 22 yards. So Campbell accounted for 71 of the 80 yards that North Brunswick chewed up on that 80-yard drive. Campbell passed for 49, had the 22-yard rush, of course, culminating in the 19-yard touchdown strike to Whiters.
Boy, that's about as well a opening drive as you could expect, executed perfectly by North Brunswick. It's up to South to try to come up with an answer. Maybe it could be a special teams play to get them back going.
Low driving squib kick. Oh, and then it gets by the return man. Now picked up around the 4-yard line and very little room to run, I should say. And number 20, Amarius Revels, brought down at the 10-yard line. So not the special teams play that the Cougars were looking for. And now the South offense and senior quarterback Jaden Daniels are backed up near their own end zone with 8:27 left in the first quarter, and North Brunswick holding a 6-0 lead.
Jaden Daniels, the senior quarterback, a big guy, 6'4", 220 pounds. Last week, 8 for 17 for 90 yards and a score against West Brunswick, and he rushed for 11 yards, threw 2 interceptions. So he's going to have to be a little more careful with the ball here this evening.
Revels with the handoff. A nice surge by the South Brunswick offensive line. Revels is still turning those legs. Jay ended up picking up 6 yards on that carry. And, Jay, that's something South Brunswick did not do very well in week 1. Just could not get the run game going against the Trojans. So that 6 yards on the first play here is a good sign.
And I think it'll be interesting here tonight to see, was last week just an off night for the South Brunswick offense, or was it a really good night for the West Brunswick defense? Because West was tough to move the ball against last week.
got a whistle that's going to bring this play to a halt. It's going to be offside against North Brunswick and is going to result in a first down for the Cougars and move the ball out to the 21-yard line. So the first penalty flag of the game thrown against the Scorpions of North Brunswick, and it'll be a first down for South Brunswick. After starting the drive at their own 10, have at least got one first down to give themselves a little bit of breathing room.
Well, yeah, and get it away from that goal line. So just got to kind of keep their composure here and execute.
Man in motion, stops the middle of the formation. Daniels throws it out into the flat to Revels. Well defended by the Scorpions. So the pass was complete, but Revels had no running room. Actually dropped back at the 20-yard line, so a loss of a yard. It'll be second and 11.
Zamir Thomas with the tackle that time, and he had 6 last week in the opener for North. That was an important one there because if you're South Brunswick, that's exactly what you want to do. You want to try to get the ball to Revels in space. And if he had been able to get by Thomas, he had some room to run, and he can run. He's very quick.
Second and 11, give up the middle. That's Revels again, got out to the 22-yard line. So a gain of a couple, and it'll be 3rd and 9 for the Cougs.
Amir Robbins, junior linebacker for the Scorpions, and on that stop that time last week. What a great beginning as from a defensive perspective. 13 total tackles for Amir Robbins in the game last week.
Play clock down under 10 seconds. Daniels trying to get the offense organized. Fakes the give to Revels, rolls out to his right, stiff arms the defender. Jay's got all kinds of running room. He's across the 30-yard line. Oh, no, Jay. Jay, they say he stepped out. They've got him marked out of bounds, well shy of the line to gain.
Ooh, wow.
Man, there was nobody over there to force him out of bounds. Must have just kind of lost where he was on the field, but I thought it was going to be about a 15 to 20-yard gain. He just lost field awareness, and instead of a first down, he's 3 yards shy of the line to gain. 2 yards shy.
Coach Yao, you see him there, the big guy in the middle. Not too happy with that execution that time because it sure looked like that Daniels easily could have picked up the first down and a few yards more. Unexpectedly went out of bounds early.
Jay, just an odd scenario there. I mean, there was all kinds of running room. I thought he was going to be closer to the 40 than he was the 30, and he didn't even get to the 30.
He's going to punt it. He being Jalen Daniels. He punted last week against West, averaged 33 yards per kick. It would help right now if he could get a bigger kick to kind of change field position here. Otherwise, North is going to have excellent field position.
Good snap, good punt, very nearly blocked. Fair catch signal by Widers, and Jay, unconventional. He went up and kind of caught that like an outfield fly ball. Dangerous, but really good hands on that kid, and a pretty good kick from Jaden Daniels. It was snapped from the 29, so that's 21 plus another 11. That's a 32-yard punt, no return. So net 32, I think, in high school football and a punt. I think you'll take that.
They had some pressure that time, too. So Daniels did a good job to prevent South Brunswick from taking over in North Brunswick from taking over in South Brunswick territory.
So 1st and 10, North Brunswick at its own 39-yard line. Man in motion is Hertz. Campbell sprints out to the right. Now a throwback screen back to the left. A really good block. He's got running room. He might score. Sacher for the only man who could track him down and cannot get to him. Is that Hansley 4?
Kylell
Hansley, the senior receiver, 61 yards on the wide receiver screen. And 6 minutes, and 38 seconds into the first quarter, North Brunswick has strike quickly on its second drive, a 61-yard touchdown pass from Campbell to Hansley, and it's 12-0 just like that.
Hansley's got some quicks, doesn't he? And I'm trying to see who it is that's attempting the extra point for North. Is it 89?
It's Kelly, I think.
Tyler Kelly, okay.
Good snap, good hold this time. Kelly's kick is up. Kelly's kick is good. So with 5:22 left in the opening frame, it's North Brunswick 13, South Brunswick 0. And Jay, this is about as easy as it gets here.
He's got motion to the right, but then he comes back left.
Watch this block by 71.
71. Boom. That's how you get time to play. 71.
Christopher Arone.
He was Arone all over that ball that time was Chris, and that set the stage for the Hansley 61-yard pass and catch for a TD and a 13-zip lead early on here, about halfway through quarter number 1.
So very quickly, Jonah Campbell, 6 of 6, 110 yards, 2 touchdowns before the 5-minute mark of the first quarter.
I'm pretty sure Coach Brian Davis said, hey, guys, look, we're not going to get down 21-zip tonight. Okay, let's come out a little differently, and certainly North has. Campbell's already thrown for more yards in one half of a quarter and more touchdowns than he did in the entire game last week.
Jay, what was his line from last week, if you don't mind sharing again?
9 for 17, 83 yards and 1 touchdown pass, rushed for 34 yards and 1 touchdown run. So he's blown those numbers out of the water in a half a quarter.
Kelly with another low driving kick. This one fielded cleanly by Revels. He's got a little bit of a seam through the middle of the kickoff team. Tried to make a man miss around the 36, 37, and got across the 40 to the 42-yard line, 41-yard line. A good return by number 20, Amarius Revels, just a junior, running back, defensive back, kick returner. So South Brunswick, much better starting field position on its second drive. The Cougars have 1st and 10 at their own 41.
Tell you what, Sam, when one of your premier linebackers plays kick coverage and makes the open field tackle, as Jack Johnson did that time, that really helps.
Daniels drops back under all kinds of duress, kind of slung forward to about the 38-yard line. So it's going to be a sack, a loss of 3. 21 was there for North Brunswick.
That's Johnson.
Along with 44, Jay Bird, who I've got Cooper Wells.
Yeah. Had 5 tackles last week. Johnson had 7. 1 tackle for a loss and 1 sack. And right now, Jaden Daniels didn't have any time whatsoever. They just blew by the offensive line of the Cougars. He's got to have a little bit more time to operate.
That's a run-pass option. So if the run plays there, you just give it, Jay. If not, you pull it and throw it out to your open receiver. And Sauterford did have some room out there, but Daniels trying to go with the quick transition didn't throw a real accurate ball towards Sauterford there at the bottom of your screen, and it fell incomplete.
Yeah, Grady Sauterford's a heck of an athlete, and you'd like to get the ball to him as often and as many different ways as possible, but that pass was just uncatchable, a little bit too low.
Middle screen set up. There's Revels. Pass is complete and picked up we'll call it 7 yards out to the 45-yard line, but South 6 yards shy of the line to gain. So the first completion for positive yardage for South Brunswick, but not enough for the first down, and it will once again bring on the punt team.
A couple of guys around the ball that time, Albertson and Jen Rett for North Brunswick, and once more Daniels, who's handling punting, got to try to kick them out of trouble here. Although they got pretty good at midfield. So,
boy, that one nearly got blocked too. But Daniels got it off. It took a South Brunswick bounce. It's still rolling. Finally down at the 17-yard line. So 33 and 5 more. A 38-yard punt. No return. And there's 3:31 left in the opening quarter. And, Jay, I think probably the most important question now for going through the minds of the Cougar faithful, can this South Brunswick defense come up with a stop?
Well, that's, we're so early in the game, 3:31 to go in the first quarter, so lots of football time left. But as easily as North has moved the ball in their first 2 possessions, I think you're absolutely right. The Cougs D has got to step up here. Maybe they can come up with a big play, a turnover, something like that. Got to stop momentum that clearly the Scorps got right now.
Going to have a little break in the action, Jay. Some kind of timeout on the field. North Brunswick wants a timeout before this first down snap. So the Scorpions lead 13-0 with 3.5 minutes left in the opening quarter. Jonah Campbell so far 6 of 6 passing for 110 yards and 2 touchdowns, and has added 1 rush for 22 yards. Kane Jenrette has 1 rush for 11 yards. Kai Hansley, 2 catches, 68 yards and a touchdown. Ty Witters, 2 catches, 25 yards and a touchdown. And Talley has added 2 receptions for 17 yards. For South Brunswick, Daniels, 2 of 3 passing for 6 yards and has been sacked once. He's also rushed once for 7 yards. Amarius Revels, 2 carries for 8 yards, 2 receptions for 6 yards. And, Jay, a guy we saw a lot of last week that we have not seen yet tonight is Johnson, Tyler Johnson. Number 17, the sophomore athlete who had a pick 6 against West Brunswick.
He is he's listed as an athlete, and we saw some of his athleticism for sure.
Another forward pass, speed sweep type, complete to number 14, M.J. Smith. He is knocked out of bounds at the, let's see where he's marked, the 17-yard line, so officially no gain.
Well, there are some big dudes up in that North Brunswick line. Number 68, Cam Lewis, 71, Arone.
2 receivers to the top of the formation, 2 to the bottom. Campbell in the shotgun, throws the swing pass out to the left. Nice catch out there by, that ball came out at the end, and North alertly jumps on it and recovers it. It was number 24, Joshua Cooper, who made the grab. The fumble, he lost it around the 20-yard line, and it bounced forward to about the 28 where North Brunswick recovered. And, Jay, not only does North Brunswick recover, but if he'd have just went down with the tackle there, North would have faced around a 3rd and 8 or 3rd and 7. Instead, it's first down yardage.
Yeah, they had that play defended well. I think it was M.J. Smith that came up with the loose ball that time, but absolutely right, Sam. They went from what could have been a bad situation to a first down situation.
So 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. Pitch out. Dangerous. Widers has got it. He's all alone down the home sideline. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. 73 yards. on the speed option. Whiters has his second touchdown of the night, one on the ground, one receiving. And Jay, 9 minutes and 23 seconds into the game, North has a 19-0 lead and now 2 scoring plays of 60-plus yards.
Yeah, what do they say? Speed kills, and clearly you saw it in that particular run by Whiters. He only rushed for 4 yards last week. I think he's a little past that here tonight.
Kelly on for the extra point try. Couldn't get the kick away on the first touchdown. Made his second one. His third one is up. It is good, and it's 20-0 with 2:37 left. And, Jay, this one's just too easy for the Scorps.
Ball fake, pitch, and then it's just Whiters who simply outruns everybody.
Watch
down
him
the
wave
sideline.
to the camera
yeah,
right here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he did the old Tyreek Hill piece.
Yeah, I mean, I hope. I don't know if Brian would like that, but
you know, better doing it at like a camera over there than an opponent.
Well,
you know, and getting a taunting flag or something crazy.
Better to do it like 75 yards away from where his coach is. So.
Good point. Good point.
But Whiters electrifying speed and run that time, and a 20-zip lead with still 2:37 to go here in the opening quarter at South Brunswick.
So Whiters has accounted for 98 yards from scrimmage and 2 touchdowns, 73 rushing, 25 receiving, touchdown on the ground, 1 through the air, and it is all North Brunswick here on the campus of South Brunswick.
Yeah, a couple of return guys back there that have the capability, Sauterfer and Rebels. So if there was ever a time for a good kickoff return, it's certainly now for South Brunswick.
North has went with the squib kick its first few kickoff attempts, and they do so again here. But that one's blown dead. Going to be a foul against North Brunswick. Had a couple guys on the kickoff team across the 40-yard line before the ball was kicked. So Kelly will have to move the tee and ball back 5 yards and try again.
You know, and maybe these kind of squib kickoffs, whatever you want to call them, rather than a traditional just high, and you don't want. They respect these return guys that the Cougars have, and Sauterfer and Revels. So Kelly back to boot it again. Very, very regimented in his walk back from the ball that time.
Another squib kick. That one bounces in front of Rebels. He bobbles it a little bit and then recoups it. Makes one man miss. Still on his feet, Jay Bird. And then he comes through the pack across the 40. Jay, I believe that's going to be a face mask at the end of it. When he broke free and a North Brunswick defender reached out there to, his chin strap is off in his hand. If you can see him running off the field there, number 20. So they pretty much ripped his helmet off. He was marked down at the 44. They're going to add 15 to that. So North's going to start this drive at the North Brunswick 41-yard line.
Excellent field position, and Rebels took one on the chin that time for the Cougs, and they needed it.
Man, that was a tough, hard return.
Yeah.
I mean, he was running like his life depended on it, just refused to go down.
One of the North kick coverage guys, and I didn't catch his number, was down there early, and Rebels made a nice move to escape. And then that's when he started to pick up some pace and speed, and carried a couple of would-be tacklers on his back too. And then of course the penalty adds up to a nice kick return and a good start here for South Brunswick.
And my math was a little off, partner. It's at the 43-yard line, but nevertheless, very good starting field position for South Brunswick. That was Revels on the dive play. No gain. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the North 43.
You see some of the big guys up front for South Brunswick, one of them being number 70, Noah Whalage, 6'2", 330 pounds. He's a senior, and Noah's been playing here for a long time. I remember his name from way back.
2nd and 10, 3 receivers, 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Daniels fakes the handoff. Now he's just going to throw that one away. The closest receiver was 37, Chandler Rose. And, Jay, I believe that was a good decision there by Daniels. It's designed to have Rose coming across the field, open after the play-action fake, but North defended that exceptionally well, and so Daniels just threw it away.
Yeah, and there were there were 4 different white-shirted North Brunswick pass rushers in on Daniels that time.
So 3rd and 10, ball's at the 43 of North Brunswick. Daniels sprints out to the left, makes a good throw, good catch. That's Corbin Farrow. And, Jay, that's going to be enough for a first down. A gain of 12 yards to the 31-yard line. And a little bit of momentum here. Nice, Jay, a nice design to move him from the pocket.
Yeah.
A nice throw on the run and a real nice catch by Farrow.
For a big guy, Daniels got outside the pocket really well that time, and a wonderful catch by Corbin. He had a couple of receptions last week against West Brunswick. 6'1", 160-pound senior, wide receiver, defensive back, can punt the ball too.
Here's Revels. He's going to bounce this one around the left side. He's got a lot of running room. Finally dragged down at the 20-yard line. Jay, I believe it was 23 on the tackle, Xavier Fryer, but that is 11 yards for Revels and a first down.
Boy, that helps you a lot. If you're South Brunswick, gives you confidence. They pick up a 3rd down and convert to a 1st, and then they come right back with a fine running play around the left side to pick up yet another first down. So a little bit of momentum for South Brunswick.
1:06 left in the opening frame. Daniels in the shotgun. He gives to Revels again. He's got a little crease there inside the 10. Then we have a flag at the very end of that, Jay-Bird. The flag's laying down at around the 7 or 8 yard line. Okay, yeah, Jay, I think it's another face mask.
Yeah,
I think it might be half the distance to the goal.
You look, Connor Pay, number 7 there, was kind of grabbing his face mask. There you see 7 down there right in the lower portion of your screen with them big green gloves. And, hey, some nice blocking on the left side of that North Brunswick offensive line that time. Walker Dillman, number 63, among others, clearing the way. I'm sorry, check that. Riley Norcross clearing the way for Amirius Revels.
So 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. There's Revels on the give. This time he's nailed as soon as he got the handoff, Jay. Maybe lost a couple yards. Ball marked back at the 6-yard line. So a loss of 2. Jay, Revels has 6 carries for 29 yards and a couple of catches for 6 yards. So, a 6 for 29 isn't,
almost 5 yards a carry.
It's a good average and much more successful than South was last week with the run game.
For sure. And obviously your hope with a kid like Revels is he gets around that edge or he breaks through in the middle and gets some daylight where he can really run. That was a nice tackle that time by John Albertson Jr. as the first quarter is coming to an end.
First quarter comes to a close. South Brunswick threatening, but the Cougars have a lot of work to do, trailing 20-0 to the visiting North Brunswick Scorpions. We'll be right back for the start of the 2nd quarter. South Brunswick facing a 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line. The Cougars had 1st and goal from the 4, and Revels lost a couple of yards on the 1st and goal play. So now South with a 2nd and goal from the 6. North really crowding that line of scrimmage. Daniels rolls out. Oh, had a man in the end zone, but off the hands of 37, Chandler Rose. He stuck that left arm out there and got a hand on it, but couldn't quite corral it. A nice throw on the run from Jaden Daniels. A good effort by Rose. Just couldn't quite haul it in. So it'll be 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line of North Brunswick. South trying to get on the board for the first time tonight, trailing by 20 early in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, they had that play about 99% right and just couldn't finish it.
They're going to give it to Revels on 3rd and goal from the 6, and he is brought down at the 5-yard line, so a gain of 1. It'll be 4th and goal from the 5.
Yeah, he got busted up that time by number 62, DeMarchi Blankenship, senior defensive lineman for North Brunswick. So decision time for Coach Daniel Yao.
And South does have a more than capable field goal kicker in Colin Petey. They're taking quite a bit of time getting this play in, but now Daniels is telling his guys to get on the line. So South for now leaving the offense on the field, play clock at 5. They're going to snap it, going to try and score here on 4th and goal. Daniels rolls out, got a guy in the back of the end zone. Oh, Jay, and they ran into each other. Oh, man, South had a guy wide open back there in the back of the end zone. And number 16, Solkuski. But then he collided with 85, Hayden Carver, and what looked like a surefire touchdown for Solkuski. Daniels found him wide open in the back of the end zone. Carver thought it was intended for him, so he went for it. They run into each other, and it falls incomplete.
You know, I wonder if a little bit of that is just some of the inexperience of Carver, because he's just a 10th grader and a big kid at 5'10", 2 1/4. He was the one earlier in the first quarter that Daniels was trying to get moved around and get into the right position in the formation.
Yep.
So, you know, that stuff's going to happen. That's all part of the learning curve and the experience you need to get at the varsity level.
And now here comes North Brunswick's offense again. 1st and 10 from its own 5-yard line, and Jen Rett picks up 8 yards on the carry. Jay, he's only carried it twice, but he's got 19 yards. It'll be 2nd and 2 from the, what is that, Jay, the 13-yard line?
Well, that's worse than his average last week of 18.9 yards per carry.
What's wrong with him?
But I was wondering, you know, we haven't seen Kane run the ball very much early in the first quarter. Maybe the 2nd quarter is where he starts to carry the skin.
So 2nd and 2 for North Brunswick. Shotgun snap into the belly of Campbell. Handoff enough for the 1st down yardage across the 15 to about the 18-yard line. So a gain of 5 yards. Jay, could you tell who that was on
Cooper,
the carry?
I believe.
Yeah,
20.
I think you're right.
24, Josh Cooper.
First carry for him, picked up 5 yards. 10 minutes left before halftime. North Brunswick leads 20-0. South Brunswick threatened on its last drive, but couldn't haul in a touchdown pass on 4th and goal. So now North on the move again. Campbell drops back, throws the wheel route. Pass is caught. Receiver wide open. A great touchdown saving tackle by Corbin Farrow, but that's Marley Hertz on the reception, I believe. Wasn't that one?
Yep, Marley Hertz.
Yep, so ball was at the 18-yard line all the way to the 35, so 32 plus 15 more, 47 yards.
Has Campbell thrown an incomplete pass yet? It seems like to me if he's not perfect, he's awfully close. Hertz with a catch last week, make it 2 and a big 1st down.
A catch for 47 yards. Jen Rett picks up 4 yards.
Jen Rett on the carry, 4 yards. 2nd and 6 from the 31-yard.
Jay, to answer your question, Campbell is 9 of 9 passing for 152 yards.
Wow.
and 2 scores.
And he just looks so comfortable and confident back there running this attack.
I mean, he hit Hurts perfectly in stride on that 47-yard strike. Just money throw.
And credit the O-line for North to give him time to deliver.
2nd and 6 from the 31-yard line. North going to throw it again. Got a man down the seam. That's
Same
Hurts.
Guy.
And Hurts makes the catch and is brought down at the 12-yard line, a gain of 19 yards and a first down.
I mean, these are just throwing darts right now for Campbell. That was Logan Ferguson with a good open field tackle, but wow, Campbell is just carving them up.
Yep, clean pockets, good protection, accurate throws, receivers making plays. Now he's going to see what he can do on the ground, and what he can do is run it in from 12 yards out. His 3rd touchdown of the night, 2 through the air, and now 1 on the ground. So listen to this stat line, Jay Bird. Jonah Campbell, 10 of 10 passing, 171 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 rushes, 34 yards, and a touchdown. Have a night, young man.
Listen, Sam, I would have been thrilled if that had been my career. Okay, much less, a quarter and not even half of a second quarter. Campbell playing great football here this evening.
So in the first half, Campbell there's a nice special teams play. North had trouble getting that ball down on the tee, and Kelly had to kind of hold up his approach for kicking it. When he did get it away, South Brunswick was there to block it. So 26-0 the score with 8:27 left in the first half. And Jay, South there, Campbell just makes one guy miss right there, and that's all she wrote.
Yeah, it was mostly Campbell. A good ball fake to Jen Redd, go in the opposite direction. And most of that was just the athleticism of Jonah Campbell. And a 26-0 lead for the visitors from Leland with 8:27 to go here in quarter number 2.
You know, Jay, what's been really impressive is Campbell's ability to spread the ball around. You've got Hansley, Whiters, Talley, Smith, and Hurts with catches, and Hansley, Whiters, Talley, and Hurts all have multiple catches. So that's 5 guys who have caught passes, and 4 of them have caught multiple passes. This isn't one receiver doing all the damage. Campbell's just finding the open guy and putting it on him.
Good route running. That drive featured Marley Hurts, the junior. A couple of catches.
Low driving kick over the head of Revels. I believe that's going to cross the goal line. It is going to be a touchback, so South Brunswick will take over 1st and 10 at its own 20-yard line. North Brunswick with a 26-0 lead. Still 8:22 left before halftime. Do have a score update from Charlotte. Whiteville leads West Brunswick 7-0 in the second quarter. Early in the second quarter of that one, that's Whiteville 7, West Brunswick 0 down in Charlotte.
So that's a Carolina Coast 6A, 7A, 8A battle against the Southeastern 3A, 4A, 5A battle with, of course, Whiteville. Kind of the same thing we have here this evening, only South representing the Southeastern and North representing Carolina Coast in the new world order of North Carolina high school football.
Isn't realignment fun? Wide receiver screen out to Sotrifer. He makes the grab, still on his feet. Run out of bounds at the, where is he, Jay? At the 29-yard line.
Pretty close.
29-yard line.
Yeah, gain of 9 yards. Will set up a 2nd and 1.
Yeah, as I said earlier, Sotrifer is such a versatile player. Plays a lot of different positions, plays them all well, and I love the fact that he's a senior. So get the ball to Sotrifer as much as you possibly can.
Revels gets the handoff. He's across the 30. There's the first down yardage. out to the 33-yard line, so a gain of 4. He's got 8 carries for 34 yards on the night, and it's a first down for the Cougars.
It was Cooper Wells who maybe hit him first and hung around on the ground a little bit, and he's going to take a bit of a rest on this play, and that's got to be something.
That's going to be a penalty against the Scorpions, I do believe. Brown got a little bit of a head start there, which is a good idea, just not perfectly legal.
What can Brown do for you? Is that in this case?
He's a good-looking kid, isn't he?
Yeah,
sure looks like a defensive end. It'll be 1st and 5 for the Cougars after the encroachment penalty. I believe I called it offsides earlier. I don't think there is offsides in high school football. I watched too much college ball last night with my beloved Pirates going down to the Wolfpack.
There you go.
Oh, boy, Jay stayed on his feet.
Can he stay?
Boy,
there
man.
You go.
And, Jay, that's going to be either a horse collar or a face mask. So that's the 38. That's 12 and 10 more. 21 yards to the 41, and probably going to get 15 more.
You got to be real careful with Amirius Rebels. 5'7", 160. Tough kid. Doesn't mind taking the contact. But if he can get into that secondary, he's going to open up the Jets, and did a good job of maintaining his balance as long as he could. That's a horse collar tackle that time.
It was indeed. The ball's moved to the 26. Jay, just between the running game and his kickoff returns, he's got a real knack for keeping his feet. After pretty, significant contact. There have been a couple times I just thought for sure he was going down and somehow stayed on his 2 feet. Boy, there's no staying on your feet after that.
Not that time.
Lost a yard back to the 27.
And up front, big guys for the Scorps that time. Just too much for the O-line of South Brunswick. Yeah, Rebels is he's like a cat, right? He's got multiple lives and pretty good balance, but not that time.
6:05 left before halftime. South trying to cut into North Brunswick's 26-point lead. Daniels fakes the handoff, then nearly loses the ball. Eventually, he's sacked back at the 33-yard line, loss of 5 yards. Jay, could you tell who it was who got that sack?
Jack Johnson.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a good one.
Ball's at the 33. South needs the 17 for a first down. So 3rd and 16 for the Cougars after the negative play on first down, and then second North Brunswick sack of the night on second down. So 3rd and 16 here. South making some personnel changes, and Jay, that play clock is getting low at 7 seconds already.
And 4 down territory, I'm sure. So, but they got to get this play off quick.
2, 1. Ball is got and get it off in time. Daniels stepping up in the pocket, now looks downfield, fired it up. Young is there, and he's got it. What a play by Jaden Daniels, and what a grab back there by sophomore receiver Edward Young. 33 yards on 3rd and 16. Jaden Daniels, Edward Young, touchdown, Cougars.
That's a great play by Daniels for just buying time, keeping his head up, keeping his eyes downfield. And I mentioned this kid, Edward Young. I think he's going to be a player for South Brunswick, just a 10th grader.
So Petey on for the point after try. Sacher for the holder. The kick is up. The kick is no good. Pushed it wide to the right. So don't see that much. And Jay, check this out. There's pressure there, but Daniels kind of slipped up into the pocket, then a short roll to the right, and Young is there in the back of the end zone. Ironically enough, Jay, almost in the same spot where South nearly had a touchdown pass earlier in the game, but couldn't haul it in. Boy, South needed that in the worst way.
They sure did. Young showing great concentration, but because there were a couple of defenders back there, and there was another South Brunswick receiver in the general vicinity. one of the offensive guys for South that time. Darn, I wish I could have caught his number sooner. I want to say it may have been Noyola, but somebody gave a block that allowed Daniels to buy that extra couple of seconds and to get outside and then loft the pass for the score. Yeah, so that's got to help South Brunswick quite a bit.
Jaden Daniels now 5 of 9 passing for 60 yards and a touchdown. Has been sacked twice. Revels has 10 carries for 54 yards. Young, Farrow, and Sachafer with 1 reception each. Of course, Young's a 33-yard touchdown catch. And it's 26-6 North Brunswick with 5:02 left before halftime.
I think Revels running that time helped the pass game.
This is dangerous, Jay Bird. He's a threat anytime he touches it. Actually, pretty good coverage by South Brunswick, and Wider still got it out to the North Brunswick 40-yard line. So, again, we asked the question, can South Brunswick come up with a stop? North has had the football 4 possessions, and all 4 of those drives have resulted in Scorpion touchdowns.
Yeah, the Cougars right now would love to have a turnover, a big play, something that they can maybe even carry into the end zone and get on the board defensively to kind of carve into this 20-point disadvantage.
You know, the last 2 drives, South has shown the ability to move the football on this North Brunswick defense. It's been on this side where the Cougars have had some real struggles. Campbell trying to stay perfect, and there's a start for South Brunswick. That's the first incomplete pass of the night for Jonah Campbell. North has dropped back to pass 11 times, and 10 of those resulted in Scorpion catches. That one falls to the turf.
Sammy, that was Tyler Johnson, who we had been looking for earlier, the sophomore listed as an athlete who's got some sprinter speed. And he was pretty good coverage that time.
Yep, there he is, 17, Tyler Johnson. He picked off a pass and ran it back for a touchdown last week against West Brunswick. 2nd and 10. Cooper on the give. He's still on his feet. Across the 45 to the 46. Jay, we got a flag around the 49-yard line. So we'll have to wait and see what this penalty is before we can sort this out. It was a 6-yard gain for 24, Joshua Cooper. It's going to be a holding penalty against the Scorpions, the flag being moved to where the penalty occurred, which was right where the play ended. So it will be moved back to the 36-yard line, I do believe, where it will be 2nd and 14.
Anderson Cruz gets credit for that tackle that time. Anderson, a 5'8", 200-pound senior. You know, the game so far here in the first half has been penalty-wise a little more cleanly played than what we've seen. Certainly when we go back to the Bash 2 weeks ago, which you expect, you know, a lot of penalties, and even last week's game between South and West. But pretty crisp game here this evening.
And it helps that North has scored on about every other play. Not a whole. They haven't run a lot of offensive plays to have 26 points. Shown that big play ability. 2nd and 14, another wide receiver screen. This is the one Hansley scored on earlier.
Oh, hit.
But that is a big-time hit.
Who is
I'm
it?
telling
you know
that's
who that
Johnson.
Is?
That's Johnson, man. He's going to be some kind of player. It was M.J. Smith who made the catch and got from the 36 to the 37-yard line. So he's got 2 catches for 1 yard total.
You know, South's got some good young players. We've mentioned Edward Young. He's got a TD pass tonight, score tonight. This kid, Tyler Johnson, who, as Sam mentioned, had a 90-yard interception return for a score last week. And you've seen his presence here on 2 of the last 3 plays, playing really solid defense.
3rd and 13, Jay Bird, from the 37-yard line. As Hurts in motion to the top of the screen, sprint out to the right for Campbell. Jay, that's almost picked off. Sachafer was thinking about scoring with that one and just could not quite haul in the interception. Jay, you almost spoke it into existence. What need a turnover, preferably one you could take back to the house, and that's about as close as you can come to doing so without accomplishing the feat. Man, he knew it as soon as he dropped it. That it was a missed golden opportunity, but a great break on the ball.
Yes, it was. Yeah, Grady listed as an athlete. You know, he had 10 tackles last week in that game against West Brunswick, and of course he's acquitted himself very well here early on tonight in the first half. But that's probably one he'd like to have a do-over.
Jay, it felt like he had more than 10 watching the game in person last week.
He was everywhere.
He was all over the place. Pretty good kick. Socherfer does a good job to come up and make the catch.
Get outside.
He's looking for some running room. North just does a superb job covering that kick. Jay, you just don't see a lot of that in high school football. Those short kicks they want to run away from, and then it bounces 15 more yards. Socherfer realized it was going to be short, sprinted up, made the grab, and you never know how that ball's going to bounce. May have saved his team 20 yards of field position.
Would not be the least bit surprised, and would not be the least bit surprised that Socherfer has a part of a white shirt 22, Lamir Roberts, on his chest after that kick coverage play.
So 1st and 10, South Brunswick at its own 35. Revels, another good gain on 1st down, fighting for yardage. He's going to eventually have a 1st down and then some across the 45 to the 47-yard line, a 12-yard pickup and a 1st down.
And you know, Rebels, it must be some kind of strong because he's really not that big. He's listed at 5'7", $160. And goodness, he probably gained 7 yards on that just carrying would-be tacklers.
1st and 10 at the 47. That's Revels again. Doesn't need a whole lot to get loose.
Dangerous.
He's free in the backfield. Finally slung down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 30 yards. Jay, he is up to 96 rushing yards on 12 carries.
Yeah, Fryer with the tackle that time. Otherwise, he might Rebels might still be running. And don't you think his confidence is just getting more and more and more, right? You know,
yes, it is. Growing by the carry.
He had 58 yards rushing last week. Not a terrible night, but
no, and almost all of it was in that 4th quarter.
And he's exceeded that here early on.
So 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line of North Brunswick, approaching the 2-minute mark here in the. Oh, that pass is caught. That's Edward Young again. Brought down at the 15-yard line, a gain of 12 yards and another South Brunswick 1st down.
I'll tell you, South fans, keep an eye on this kid Young. That's his, 2nd, 3rd catch tonight. One was for a touchdown, I think. Did he have a touchdown pass? But either way, last week they really tried, they being South, tried to get the ball to him, and West, pretty good job of defending. He's going to be a good one.
Going to be a real good one. That's Revels.
Not in that time.
Well, this time he was hit from behind after initially stood up. That allowed him to get a couple yards to the 13, and South wants a timeout with 1:33 left in the 1st half. South will have a 2nd, and we'll call it 8 from the 13-yard line. And, Jay, this is 3 possessions in a row that South has done a real good job moving the ball down the field, turned it over on downs after a missed opportunity on 4th and goal from the 5, then had a touchdown drive, and now inside the North red zone again, with facing a 2nd and 8 from the 13.
And you're taking a look at the South Brunswick huddle on the side there. Number 5, that's Daniels, the quarterback, and you see he's standing right beside 55, Daniel Crossman. Crossman at 6'3", 2 1/4. Daniels, the quarterback, 6'4", 220. He's darn near as big, if not bigger, than Crossman, his offensive lineman. So, like to see Daniels try to make something happen this time. With those rolls, he's been pretty successful. And he's a tough guy to bring down if he can get a little bit of space.
Young, the lone receiver, to the top of the screen. Revels in the backfield with Daniels. It's going to be Revels inside the 10-yard line to the 9, a gain of 4, and that puts him over the 100-yard rushing mark. He's at 14 carries for 102 yards in the first half. Also has 2 catches for 6 yards, so 16 touches total for 108 yards. The result of the play was a gain of about 4, and it will be 3rd and long 4, short 5 for the Cougars. Game clock inside of 1 minute.
Ashton Moat with some good blocking that time.
Oh, sack. The one thing that Daniels could ill afford to do was take a sack.
Jack Johnson, I think.
Yep, John, that's his 2nd sack of the night. Jay, most importantly, it was a loss of 10 yards. I believe South Brunswick is going to maybe run this down as far as they can and maybe call it timeout. Maybe they're not going to try a Petey field goal. It's 4th down, about 15 yards to go. And South is going to call a timeout with 13.9 seconds left on the game clock. Let's see, South needs to get just inside the 5, so we'll call it the 4. The ball is at the 19, so it's a 4th and 15. Remember, South's only touchdown came on a 3rd and 13 play or 3rd and 14 play. And Jay, I see no movement on the sideline to indicate that we're going to get well, maybe so. Now Daniels and Young and Lyman are coming off the field, so maybe South is going to bring on the field goal kicking unit. It would be a 36-yard field goal try from here.
Yeah, Colin Petey is the place kicker for South Brunswick. Experienced, he's a senior. Hasn't attempted a field goal yet this season. Had a couple of extra points last weekend, but missed his one opportunity earlier tonight. Yeah, Daniels is a big kid, and he's not fast, right? So he's hard. It's hard for him to move around out there and stay away from the quick guys. And quick guys like Jack Johnson are tough to just get away from.
Jay, I believe North Brunswick is going to use one of its timeouts. See this a lot. Maybe the defense trying to, let the kicker think about it for a few minutes. So, again, 4th and 15. Ball's at the 19-yard line. Colin Petey been a reliable kicker for multiple years for South Brunswick. However, he did miss his lone extra point try tonight. Kind of pushed it, blocked it to the right. Looked like one of your play-by-play guys' golf shot. Just lost it a little out to the right. But Petey, a much better kicker than I am golfer. So South Brunswick, perfectly reasonable decision to bring on the kicking unit and try to get these points and pull within 17 by halftime.
Let's see if we can find who the long snapper is on this play. Sotrifer's the holder. But the long snapper, he's just kind of hidden there in the middle, right? So,
Jay, it might be 63 Norcross.
Okay, could be.
I know 63 was in there. Low snap, great hold by Sotrifer. The kick is up, way right.
No good, off to the right.
Jay, it was well to the right and definitely not struck solid because it landed kind of on the R in the end zone, Cougar paint. So just not a real smooth transition. So, Jay, that's the second time South has moved inside the 10-yard line of North Brunswick and come away with 0 points on those 2 drives. Man, South had a great opportunity to fight their way back into this one and would have got the ball after halftime, but came up empty on 2 out of 3 red zone trips. And
that was tough, too. They've left 4 points off tonight because the result of their usually very reliable kicking game, but
Good call.
not so far tonight.
So, Jay, 8 seconds left before halftime. North is going to throw it. Why not get it into the hands of one of your playmakers and see what happens? They just threw it to the side of the wrong guy. Tyler Johnson was there to swallow up Whiters at the 30-yard line. It was a gain of 9 yards, and that's going to bring the first half to a close. It was all North Brunswick in the first half. South with signs of life midway through the second quarter to the halftime break, but North Brunswick has a significant lead going into the break. It's Scorpions 26, South Brunswick Cougars 6 on your FOCUS Broadband Game of the Week. And we are back from the campus of South Brunswick High School, your FOCUS Broadband Game of the Week. I'm Sam Hickman. He's Jake Holmes. It was all North Brunswick for about 18 minutes of the 24 minutes of first half game action. North raced out to a 26-0 lead. South Brunswick got a touchdown late in the half on a deep pass from Jaden Daniels to sophomore Edward Young. But really the first half story was North Brunswick's Jonah Campbell. The senior quarterback was 12 of 14 passing for 181 yards and 2 touchdowns. Passing, also rushed twice for 34 yards and another touchdown. So accounted for 215 total yards and 3 touchdowns. Ty Widers had 73 rushing yards and a touchdown. Also had a 19-yard touchdown grab. Kai Hansley had 68 yards receiving and a touchdown. But it was a pretty spectacular performance in the first half by the North Brunswick offense. Had the ball 5 times, 4 touchdowns, and 1 punt. South Brunswick did try to claw their way back into it late in the half, but Jay, much better showing from South the last 6 minutes of that first half, because the first quarter and some change were pretty rough.
Yeah, it was. And they probably left 4 points on the table, missing a field goal, missing an extra point, they being South Brunswick. But, yeah, they played better about halfway through that second quarter. They seemed to get things a little more manageable, and they're going to get the ball here to start the third quarter. Let's see if they can get a good special teams return.
Low driving kick. Revels still on his feet across the 35. Wrestled down at the 39-yard line, about a 29-yard return, and Revels was terrific in the first half for South Brunswick. Remember, folks, Revels, just a junior tailback for the Cougars, 5'7", 160. He had 14 rushes for 102 yards in the first half. Also added 2 catches for 6 yards. Jaden Daniels in the first half, 6 of 10 passing, 72 yards, a touchdown, but was sacked 3 times. North Brunswick's Jack Johnson had 2 of those sacks, partner.
Under pressure, and he's not Jaden, a big, strong guy. He's not real nimble, though, so he's got to have some protection.
Revels around the left side. He's got a crease over there.
That's protection.
He's got all kinds of running room. Still on his feet. Finally wrestled down at the 20-yard line. That's 30 yards, 11 more, 41 yards for Revels. That's 15 carries for 143 yards tonight. And most importantly, another trip inside the North Brunswick red zone for the Cougars of South Brunswick.
Yeah, Jack Johnson with his 100th tackle of the night at time on Amurius Revels. But, wow, this is kind of what we thought we might see last week. Heard so much about this young man. And still had a decent game running, 58 yards, but nothing like he's put together here this evening.
Oh, a miscommunication there. Now Daniel's just going to roll out with it. A diving attempt. I think that was 8 Farrow, the intended receiver, but could not come up with it. So incomplete pass on first down. South will now have a 2nd and 10 from the 20-yard line of North Brunswick.
If I'm Jaden Daniels, I'm going to go back and I'm going to find Amurius Revels and give him lunch money for a week, because Christopher Aroni was ready to blow up Daniels, and Revels got just enough of him to keep him off of him.
There's Revels again, Jay. He's got running room, and it's a 20-yard touchdown from the junior tailback, Amarius Revels. Have a night, young man. 16 rushes, 163 yards, and now a touchdown to show for it. And Jay, give a lot of credit to this South Brunswick offensive line that was mostly dominated in the first quarter, but has since kind of taken control of the game, really creating some big running lanes for the junior running back Rebels.
Best point you've made in a long, long time, Samuel. That's really, that line's playing well. And another that's
Sotrifer. He's going to run it in.
He makes chicken soup out of chicken feathers that time, folks.
Jay, did they put that one in at halftime or what?
No, it was a fumbled snap.
I know.
But maybe, Grady's clever enough to, do that.
Yeah, how about that? So a lot of things went wrong for South Brunswick, particularly early in the game. First drive of the second half, South goes 61 yards in just 46 seconds. Marius Revel's 20-yard touchdown run caps the drive. And, Jay, this is just a nice running lane. No, great block by 58.
Yeah, who is 58?
58, Landon Mintz had a great block on the left side of that line, and Revels took care of the rest.
And Mr. Revels is taking care of quite a bit here this evening. Wow. Different game, right? 26-14.
Boy, Jay, an hour 15 minutes ago, if I'd have told you it'd be 26-14 early in the third quarter, I wouldn't have made that bet.
I don't think so either. That's a good kick.
That's a booming
there
kick. Lands around the 3-yard line and bounds across the goal line for a touchback. Nice kick by Colin Petey, and North Brunswick will take over 1st and 10 at its own 20. So, Jay, it's North Brunswick first 4 drives had touchdowns. South Brunswick forced a punt on that 5th drive. So it's been, and then you had the halftime break, of course. It's been a while since that North offense has been out there. Can they find their rhythm from early in the game?
Well, Campbell, this is where you're so happy if you're Coach Brian Davis. You got a veteran, senior, very, very, very good high school quarterback in Jonah Campbell to kind of, we got punched, but, we'll get up and we'll do our own punching here.
North Brunswick 1st and 10 from the 20. A give up the middle, but Jen Rett is wrestled down. Forward progress puts him down at the line of scrimmage. Maybe got a half yard.
That's a guy that haven't seen too much, that being number 2, Nathan Early, who was like a tackle machine, and don't remember you calling his name too much in the first half, but certainly can call it there.
Jen Rett now has 4 carries for 24 yards. Very short game. We'll give him 1 yard on that give. 2nd and 9 from the 21. Campbell in the shotgun. That's Whiters in motion. Give. Woo. South Brunswick's there again. Jen Rett still on his feet. That's a great run there. Out to the 25-yard line. A gain of 4 yards, but North, after allowing the quick touchdown, now faces a 3rd and 5 from its own 25.
And that front 4 for South starting to take a little bit of control, starting to win that battle at the line of scrimmage, which, as you mentioned, Sam, the first quarter and a half, they did not.
So Campbell was sensational in the first half. Only 2 incomplete passes. There's his first rip of the second half, and makes it look easy over there with the pitch and catch to, I think that's 6.
It's either Talley or Nicholas Green, one of the 2.
Talley. 3rd catch of the night for Talley. Got out to the 36-yard line, so it was a gain of 11 yards and a first down.
Boy, Campbell, this sounds dumb, I guess, but man, he sure looks pretty throwing the football. I mean, his form, his follow through, his feet. I mean, he's just an impressive looking kid.
Oh, Jay, a very dangerous pass intended for number 1 there. Marley Hertz falls incomplete, so it'll be 2nd and 10 North from its own 36-yard line.
Yeah, 2 of the last 3 plays have been have been by Nathan Early. So the junior linebacker, hard to believe he's just a junior, but starting to step up here in the third quarter for South.
Campbell 8 yards shy of the 200-yard mark passing. He's got 192 passing yards. That's going to be a give around the right side. Jenrette's got running room, first down, and then some, just breaking all kinds of tackles. Finally wrestled down at the 37-yard line, a gain of 27 yards and a North Brunswick first down.
Boy, it's when you can run the football, then you can throw the football, and the reverse is true. Throwing sometimes sets up running a lot of times sets up throwing it. When you got kids like Jenrette out there, you can opens the opportunities.
Jay, that was probably the best run between the tackles North has had all night. They've done a lot of damage out on the perimeter, but between the tackles, South has done a pretty decent job. That's a great run on first down. 8 yards.
Granger rides him down for the stop.
That's 25, partner.
Gain of 8, second and
Linden. Xavier
Linden picked up 8 yards. It'll be second and 2.
Linden last week only rushed for 3 yards, but guess what? In that 3 yards, he scored a touchdown. So nice play by junior Xavier Linden.
He's got 2 rushes for 6 yards tonight. Lost 2 yards on his first carry. Picked up 8 there. So second and 2. Campbell keeps it. He's got some room around the left side and then just slides down across the 25 to the 24-yard line. A gain of 5 yards and another North Brunswick first down.
Jonah's good and smart, as you saw on that play. Good enough to pick up the first down, smart enough to live for another day.
Jane, I mean, it's a Captain Obvious statement, but North's success this year will largely hinge on the kind of year that Campbell has. He's a seasoned quarterback, a veteran quarterback. He can throw it. He can run it. North has a lot of intentions on scoring a lot of points this season with Campbell leading the way. That's a 5-yard gain by Jenrette. Held onto the ball but lost his helmet.
5-yard gain on the play. Second and 5 from the 19.
Jay, how many rushing yards you think Jenrette has tonight?
67.
60 on the dot.
Oh, that's close, huh? Yeah,
Yes.
he's a good player.
Good guess.
I know you know the family, right? The Jenrette family.
Oh, yeah. Worked with his dad and brothers. Just a terrific group of guys.
Good people.
Love Terrence. His dad is maybe one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life. We like to talk high school ball. There's a handoff right at the line to gain. Man, those gold numbers are really tough to see. That's Linden.
Yeah.
Linden got to the 14-yard line for a gain of 5 and another first down.
We haven't heard Whiters for a while, have we? Maybe it's time to
or Hansley for that matter.
Or Hansley, yeah. Go up top, try to get the ball to them. But listen, when you're running the ball as successfully as the Scorpions are right now, Brian Davis says, hey, let's just keep it churning.
So a much longer, more sustained drive for North Brunswick. Game clock all the way down to 6 minutes, 45 seconds here in the third quarter. And, Jay, we got a flag on the field. Boy, and the white hat looked over at the south sideline. I don't know. Something must have been said from a South coach. He just glared over there for about 5 seconds. But the flag did eventually come out. It's a delay of game penalty against North Brunswick, and there's a bit of a break for the Cougars. Puts North behind the chains a bit. It'll be 1st and 15, ball back at the 19-yard line.
They're kind of spreading them out a little bit here, so.
Yeah, 2 receivers to the top, 2 bunched up to the bottom. And there's a pop pass with a man in motion, tries to cut it inside. Still on his feet somehow. South ripping at the ball.
Hansley,
and eventually bring down Hansley at the, I think he's ruled marked down at the 10. So a gain of 9 yards on the pass will set up a 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the Cougar 10-yard line.
Yeah, when you have, some of the athletes that North Brunswick has, like Whiters, Hansley, Talley, Hertz, I mean, not to mention Kane Jenrette, lots of different choices for the offense.
There's a give up the middle. Boy, good surge.
They're surging.
He's down back here at the, let's see, right at the 5, it looks like, about a yard shy of the line to gain. So 5 yards from Lennon. Getting more carries this half.
Yeah. Well, again, when you have multiple weapons, if you will, multiple talents, you can spread it out, and that's what North Brunswick is doing, particularly on this drive.
Jay, you can't help but wonder if South maybe came out so focused on Whiters and defending that pass that it left some room in that box for North to just kind of impose their will in the run game. There's a first down and then some, but Jay, we had a flag come in. We had a flag came in kind of just as Lennon was crossing the line to gain. It came in quick in the area of holding, but we'll see. It is. Boy, that's a big penalty. Man, third, Jay, it was about 3rd and 2 feet. Man, North could have almost fallen forward and picked up the first down yardage, but run it with Lennon. He gets down to the 1-yard line, but instead of 1st and goal from the 1, it's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Backs North up to the 13-yard line where it will be 3rd and 9.
So it's 3rd and 9 after that 10-yard.
Yards are tough to come by when you're deep inside the red zone because there's not as much field that you have to defend. So that penalty, big assist for the Cougars.
It's a real interesting formation. Campbell's got a running back to his right, one behind him, a short back in motion, slant route. Oh, Jay, the ball came out there at the end. The question is it incomplete or is it a fumble? Oh, they're going to rule incomplete pass. Man, it was a beautifully thrown ball right on the money. I couldn't tell
Talley.
if it was – okay, that was Talley. It hit him right in the chest, and it looked like he got it initially and then lost it kind of as he moved toward the goal line, but ruled an incomplete pass. Another just perfect throw from Jonah Campbell.
Well thrown ball, and I guess North a tad lucky that time because if they had ruled that a completed pass, that's a loose ball. Going to go for a field goal, Sam.
Yeah, Kelly's going to come on for a 30-yard field goal attempt with 4:28 left in the third quarter. It was a good snap, good hold, low kick. Jay, I think he pulled it. And the kick is up and no good. What a stop from the South Brunswick Cougars. North Brunswick moved the ball inside the 5-yard line, but a critical holding penalty on 3rd and a foot thwarted that North Brunswick possession, and the Scorps end up missing a 30-yard field goal. Jay, you got some scores from around the area?
Yeah, we do have a few on a lot of games tonight. West Brunswick and Whiteville at the half, 7-7.
Jay, that one's 14-13 now, Whiteville.
14-13
Early
Whiteville
in the third.
In the third quarter. At the half, Hoggard was leading Jack Britt 28-21. Purnell Sweat was leading New Hanover 21-0. We'll get you more here in a minute.
That was Revels, I do believe, who got it from the 20 to the 24-yard line. A gain of 4 sets up a 2nd and 6.
More Coastal Carolina scores Garner 14-7 over Laney in the second quarter. E.E. Smith 13-3 over Ashley at the half. And Croatan 22-0 over Topsail in the second quarter.
Here's Revels again. Much better job that time by North Brunswick, but Revels somehow, I don't know, just fought his way across the 25 to the, let's see, we'll call it 28-yard line for another gain of 4 yards, and that'll set up a 3rd and 2.
Scores out of the Southeastern 3A, 4A, 5A. Of course, this one here at South, 26-14 North winning. Fairmont 21-0 at the half over Forest Hills. Oh, big time hit.
Oh, he was trying to, almost getting pushed forward to the 29-yard line. So, Jay, he picked up a yard, but he's a yard shy of the line to gain it. What a big stop this would be by the North Brunswick defense if South does, in fact, punt this one away with Jaden Daniels. Man, a yard shy of the line to gain. South has all the momentum. Had scored, got the missed field goal, got the ball back, running it well again, and Rebels stopped just shy of the line to gain. So South is going to bring on the punt team. Oh, it's a low snap. Boy, Daniels fielded it like a shortstop and got away a beautiful kick. Now Whiters is going to field it on the run. Tyler Johnson down there to bring down the return man for North Brunswick. Had a flag fly in at the end of that return. It came to rest at the 39-yard line in the area of a hold or a block in the back. So we'll see where this one eventually ends up.
I think that flag flew about 35 yards that time, Sam. It was thrown from way far away. There's the call.
It was a block in the back against North Brunswick.
Some more Southeastern scores. South Columbus in the first half, 21-6 over West Columbus. West Bladen at the half, 25-8 over East Bladen. And Red Springs in the second quarter, 16-14 over, check that, Pender over Red Springs, 16-14 in the second quarter.
So 41-yard punt by Jaden Daniels. North Brunswick the offense will come right back onto the field after a very long drive, a possession ago. Jay, do you think Coach Yale thought about that one, 4th and 1 from his own 29, down by 12 here in the third, or was that the right call? What do you think? Boy, there's Jen Red around the right side. Great run.
Time will tell, but he's only down 12 points, so a couple of scores, I guess, and plenty of football left, plenty of time left to play. So probably not a bad decision by Coach Yao.
And Jen Red picking up chunks of yardage here in the third quarter. That's 16 yards on a first down run out to the 46-yard line. He's now up to 8 carries for 76 yards on the night.
Got another timeout.
Yeah, Jay, there was some at the end of the play. I don't know if it was Jen Rett, the ball carrier, but they're giving attention to an injured player over on the far sideline, right where the play came to an end, kind of right by the down marker over there. But so we'll take a short break. Jay, let me ask you, what changed after it was 26-0? Clearly a lot. But what do you put your finger on it? What was it?
You know, you could ask that same question about North Brunswick last week. Down 21-0 early in the game, and then they, come roaring back and make a game of it, only losing by a touchdown to Corinth Holder. So same kind of thing here. Football's an emotional game, a game of momentum, a game of who makes the least amount of mistakes and who makes some big plays. And I think, South just sort of got their sea legs under them after a rocky early start, made some plays, and climbed their way back into this, only trailing by 12 points with 2:09 to go in the third quarter.
Almost got the ball back in play. North Brunswick 1st and 10 from its own 46-yard line. North scored touchdowns on its first 4 possessions. Last possession of the first half resulted in a North Brunswick punt, and then a great drive, their first drive of the second half, but a holding penalty moved them back, and they ended up missing a field goal. So been a while since North Brunswick has put points on the board on 1st and 10. They're going to run that throwback screen again. He's got a running lane. Oh, man, he ran into his own guy, Jay. I think he would have scored. Oh, we got a flag back at the 45-yard line. I believe this one's coming back. And, man, Brian Davis is not pleased over on that far sideline.
Yeah, it can't be, because he had a great play called, and it was executed to perfection. And until it wasn't. And looks like it's going to be probably an illegal block or a hold or something. But the white hat will tell us here in just a minute.
Well, Jay, I think they might. Nope. It was a block in the back. The flag was at the 45-yard line, so I think this is basically going to end up a redo, essentially. Actually, North's going to lose 1 yard, but replay the down. So now we get to see the all-too-common 1st and 11 play.
Yeah, it happens every game, doesn't it?
Man, it would have been even more of a backbreaker for North if Hansley had scored, but, man, North had it set up beautifully, and he had a lane, and he just kind of a freak thing. They collided out there. I think Hansley would have taken that one to the house. He had a lot of running room.
Yeah, might still be running.
1st and 11. Campbell drops back. Go route. Johnson's there. Oh, Jay, we misjudged it, and it is caught by number 6, Eli Talley. So from the 45-yard line to the 22, that's 28 yards, 5 more, 33 yards from Campbell to Talley, and North in business again.
And you can't see him in your picture right now, but number 7, there you go, 17 in the bottom left-hand corner at about the 15-yard line for South Brunswick. Nobody in this stadium is more upset than sophomore athlete Tyler Johnson. I think you're right, Sam. He maybe mistimed his jump a little bit that time.
Yep, Jay, I think he was in position. I think he just jumped a little early.
Yeah, good play, though, by Talley to watch the ball.
North imposing its will a little bit in the run game. Linden, the ball carrier from the 22 to the 17, a gain of 5 yards, and sets up a 2nd and 5 from the 17-yard line of the Cougars. Jay, we are getting close to the end of the third quarter, under 40 seconds left in the third. A score from North, or a touchdown at least, would make it a 3-possession game, so a big possession here in this game. That's Linden around the right side. He is stuffed just inside the 15-yard line at the 14, so picked up 3 yards, and it will be a 3rd and 2. But, Jay, I don't believe we're going to see that 3rd and 2 play. Well, I don't know. Campbell's rushing them to the line. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. And the third quarter clock has expired. So North thought about getting that snap off before the third quarter clock expired, but they're going to talk about it before a 3rd and 2 snap from the inside the 15-yard line. Big play coming up. South Brunswick inching a little closer. North Brunswick 26, South Brunswick 14 on your game of the week. All right, Jay-Bird, North Brunswick inside the 15-yard line. The Scorpions have a 3rd and 2 from the 14-yard line. Have had a great second half running the football between the tackles. Linden and Jenrette just picking up a lot of yardage on the ground. North has not had nearly as much success in the air, but haven't had the ball very much. This is only the second drive for the Scorpions of the second half.
Yeah, the South Brunswick pitched a shutout in the third quarter.
A lot of men in the backfield, and they give it to the big guy, and that's a first down and then a little more. Is that Jenrette? Yeah, that was Jenrette on the carry to the 10-yard line, a pickup of 4 yards, and a North Brunswick first down.
I'll tell you what, if the Scorps can score here, that would be a 3-score advantage. It may be getting late a little early for South to overcome that.
Boy, I think a play-action pass here might be wide open. But North probably wisely keeps it on the ground because they're having so much success running the football. That's Jenrette to the 5-yard line. He's got 10 rushes for 85 yards. And North Brunswick has a 2nd and goal from the 5. Remember, North got inside the 5 on its last possession, but a holding penalty moved them back, and 2 plays later, the Scorps missed a 30-yard field goal try.
Yeah, a couple of penalties here in the last, 5-6 minutes of this game against the Scorpions have helped South keep this close.
2nd and goal from the 5.
That play,
yard line.
whatever it was supposed to be, was doomed from the beginning. Guys were talking to each other, and I'm pretty sure has an excellent timeout by Coach Davis.
Yep, North Brunswick calls a timeout before that 2nd down play. North's first timeout of the second half. The Scorpions have 2 timeouts remaining. South Brunswick, trailing by 12, has all 3 timeouts. 10:44 left, and Jay, I will say this with 10 minutes and some change left. Regardless of the outcome of this one, I think you've got to be pleased if you're Coach Yao and staff of the way your team responded after a disastrous start.
Yeah. I mean, that's look. You got to look for silver linings here, and certainly, the last thing you want to be is down the margin that South was 20-0. Kind of similar to what North ran into last week, down 21-0, and they came back and made a game of it. Well, South Brunswick has done very much the same thing here. They need to stop them and not let them into the end zone, though.
Yeah, you could withstand a field goal because it's still 2 possessions. There's an out route way over the head of the intended receiver. Whiters was in the area, but Campbell's pass over everyone's head. So it'll be 3rd and goal from the 5. Yeah, Jay, interesting. If North does have to settle for a field goal and makes it, still a 2-possession game. It would just be a 15-point deficit for the Cougars. A touchdown puts them up 32-14, which is 18. And you got to get 3 scores. So
I think
biggest play of the game here.
Yeah, if they don't make it here, I would not be the least bit surprised if they go for it on 4th down.
Especially if they get it a little closer. Hurts in motion. Jenrette in the back. Campbell's pass in the back of the end zone, a little too high for his intended receiver. I believe that was 1 in the back of the end zone. Hurts. So it's going to be 4th and goal from the 5-yard line. Back-to-back incomplete passes.
They're going to kick.
And it looks like they're sending in the kicking team for a
little surprised because, as you said, Sam, a field goal still makes it a 2-possession game, and I'm thinking take one more shot, and if you come up short,
South's
got to go
5-yard
95
line,
yards to do anything.
That's a good thought. Green missed his last field goal try. North has had some trouble in the kicking game, and there's another errant snap. He's looking for anyone to throw to. It's actually picked off in the end zone. Jay, it was South Brunswick's number 14, Bryson Earp, the junior DB, who picked that one off in the end zone. So I believe if he caught it, it would be a touchback, and the ball would be marched out to the 20-yard line of the Cougars.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Bryston's third uncle removed twice is Wyatt Earp, but be that as it may, he made a good play that time. And so how many – is that 2 field goals that North has attempted and missed?
So North has had an extra point blocked, an extra point where they didn't get the hold down, a missed field goal, and then another field goal try they didn't get down on the tee.
About kicking game has had a tough night, really, for both schools.
Revels dance back to the line of scrimmage, but officially no gain. That's his 19th carry of the night. The young man is going to sleep well tonight, Jay.
I'll tell you what, if South has a where's the ball on the 15? No.
The 20.
Almost the 20. If they if Coach Yow's got an 80-yard play that he can call here, he should call it, because a big touchdown like that would really change things quickly.
Remember, Edward Young, a throw. Well, what a throw from Daniels to Corbin Farrow.
Nice. From
the 20 to the 41-yard line, a gain of 21 yards and a South Brunswick first down.
Boy, we talked early on, and rightfully so, about the pinpoint throwing by Jonah Campbell, but nothing you can say bad about that throw from Jaden Daniels, and a really nice catch by Farrow too. Daniels, like I said, if you give him time to plant,
he can deliver.
He's a big, strong kid. He can throw it.
Jay, that was his first pass attempt of the second half. He's rolling out to his right. He had him. He had Young alone in the middle of the field, but overthrew his intended receiver. It does stop the clock. A little bit of a missed opportunity there for South Brunswick, and North is going to have to account for where number 7 is. We've already seen Young haul in a 33-yard touchdown pass, and he got loose there.
Yeah, throwing on the run, I don't think is a real strength of Jaden Daniels. He's more of a pocket guy. He stays in, let him look the field over and find the guy that's open and deliver.
2nd and 10, 9:17 left. There's Revels. Jay, it's good yardage, but a flag flew high in the sky from the line judge over there. It was 6, maybe 7 yards on the gain from Revels, but looked like some kind of formation penalty or motion. It was kind of thrown in that
it's
time.
Definitely against South, right?
Sure seems to be, unless.
Yeah, they're coming over and kind of telling Daniel Yao on the side what it was, motion.
Yep, some kind of illegal shift. So knock that 7-yard Revels carry off the board and back the Cougars up 5 yards. So that will make it a 2nd and 15 from the 36-yard line. And Jay, you said it a minute ago about the 80-yard play. One huge South play, and it's suddenly anybody's ball game. I mean, South's one big play away from this thing getting real interesting, real fast.
Football oftentimes is big plays. He's in trouble.
He caught it.
I think it was down.
Man, good eyes, guys. Good eyes. Great attempt by Grady Sotrifer. I was looking out the window at the field, and I thought he got his hands up under there, but my color man and production manager were all over it.
You know, Sotrifer, as you've mentioned to us before, an excellent baseball player, a shortstop. He can pick it, and he almost did that one. That was a really good effort by Grady, but ball hit the ground first.
Jay Bird, and I don't think that pass was even intended for him. I think
Yeah,
he
I'm not sure it
overthrew
was. Yeah.
the guy around the 50-yard line and just happened to go right to Grady.
You got time.
He's got Young down the field. Oh man!
Oh.
Right through the sophomore's hands.
Oh, wow.
He had run right by number 4, Kai Hansley.
Oh.
Daniels puts a beautiful throw right on top of his helmet, and Young just could not come up with it. Boy, what a throw by Daniels. And Young is kicking himself. Man, that was it.
That was the 80-yard run.
That was
right?
it. That was it.
Holy cow. There's no doubt in my mind Edwards going to catch that ball more often than not, but not that time. And so the Scorps dodge a bullet. They really do that time. Pressure, and it's going to pay off.
They finally got to him, Jay, after it seemed like North had almost blocked 3, maybe 4 punts already tonight and couldn't quite get to him. This time, real interesting point, they rushed him from his kicking side, that right side, and so he wasn't able to, kind of run that way and kick it at the same time. And so he kind of got the kick away, but it was sideways. Didn't advance very far at all, marked at the 40-yard line, and North very, very close with 8:53 left and starting this drive on the 40-yard line to salting this one away.
Yeah, and Jaden's done a terrific job punting tonight. Several times really kicked South out of trouble, but that time the rush got him. Let's see what North does here. Are they going to just try to chop this clock down, or are they going to run it?
Yep, they're going to chop that clock down. And who better to achieve that than Kane Jenrette? I mean, that's a big high school running back, Jay Bird. 7 yards on first down. He's up to 11 carries for 92 rushing yards after getting, Jay, $132 last week?
Last week, yeah. Nice tackle that time by Logan Ferguson. He's been very active here this evening.
So Jenrette's size is not lifted, but if he's not 200, he's certainly flirting with it. I mean, this is a big high school running back. And he's going to put this one away. 10-5, touchdown. Kane Jenrette from 33 yards out. 8:09 left in the game, and that may have been the decisive blow. The Jenrette 33-yard scamper puts North up 18. It's Scorpions 32. South Brunswick 14, and Jay, how quickly things could change. South one catch away down on the other end from it being a 1-score game, and then 5 minutes of real time later, you're down 18.
Yeah, well said, Sam. Well said, and how quickly things can change in the game of football. That missed catch by Young, and then Jenrette, boom, 2 plays. He's in. Going for 2. They haven't kicked the ball well tonight.
No, Campbell in the shotgun, man in motion. Campbell rolls out to his left. Jenrette out there in pass protection. Campbell takes off with it, fighting for the end zone. No good. Very, very close to the goal line, but he is ruled just shy. So with 8:09 left, 32-14. Jay, let's take a look at Jenrette's touchdown run.
Off the right side.
Good lead blocking.
Yeah, some nice blocking. And then there's another nice block downfield by Hansley. But that was pretty much all Kane Jenrette.
So Jenrette has 125 rushing yards, a touchdown on 12 carries. Campbell has 39 rushing yards. That's 164. Add Linden's 24 is 188, and then Whiters had a 73-yard touchdown run, so that's 260 plus. So North flirting with 300 rushing yards as a team tonight, and you rush for 300 yards and score 32 points, then most weeks are going to go in your favor.
Well, and little bit like what South ran into last week at West Brunswick. West Brunswick, their 2 young running backs ran the ball extremely well behind some good offensive line play. So a lot of yards rushing given up last weekend, and of course tonight too. And 34 points last week, and 32 now with 8+ to go here in the fourth and final quarter.
8:09. South down by 3 scores.
You know, one of them long plays can get you right back in.
And
got a shot.
And Revels, oh boy, Revels misses the squib kick. Now he's going to have to do well just to get it back to the 10.
Wow.
And I believe that's exactly where he is wrestled down. Boy, there's nothing that could happen the rest of this game, Jay, that will diminish what Revels has done tonight. He's got 177 yards from scrimmage and a touchdown. He's been terrific carrying the football.
I'll tell you what, who was terrific on that play too was on kick coverage.
Cooper?
Joshua Cooper.
Sure was. That's a German suplex, wasn't it?
They get down the field quick and then finish you off.
There's Sachafer around there. Oh, Jay, there's a flag. A tackle. Yep, it was a block, a.k.a. a 2-point takedown over at the top of the screen. That's going to be a hold and nullify what was about a 35-yard gain.
What a shame for the Cougs. As we said a long time ago, figure out a way to get the ball to your playmakers, Sachafer being one of them. That time they did a great job of doing it. And the hold is going to negate what was a huge pickup.
It'll still be first down for the Cougars. First and we'll call it 15.
If we get a score of that West Whiteville game, there are 2 1-0 teams at it tonight from the Coastal and the Southeast.
Jay, at the end of the third quarter, it looks like West was up 25-14.
Wow.
Rebels hit real quickly.
But quite frankly, the picture I was seeing is quite grainy, and those numbers are a little hard to read. So
tell little man to do better. Okay. Well, clearly, looking at the bash and then, more importantly, looking at the contest last week between South and West, an improved team. 25-14 over Whiteville in the third quarter is a real improvement.
There's a screen to Sachafer. He's, tripped up. Oh, boy, then took a shot there at the end of that play. I think it may have been an accident there, but Sachafer didn't know that.
Great, he didn't think it was.
It was definitely late. I just don't know if it was intentional or not. We'll give him 4 yards on the catch.
The good news, nobody got hurt, so other than maybe feelings, but recover from that.
2 catches for 13 yards for Sachafer tonight. Also ran in a 2-point conversion on a extra point try. Daniels just rifles it down the field. That's Young again. Got a step behind the defense. Boy, Young and Hansley have been battling one-on-one all night.
He just took the words out of my mouth. Yeah, that's been a great one-on-one matchup. And if that had been maybe just a little bit more accurate, Young had a shot. But credit Daniels. I mean, he was under duress and running left, the right-handed quarterback, being able to throw the ball that far. That's a pretty athletic job by Jalen Daniels.
Almost as athletic as young Hug Hickman, who has joined the live stream tonight.
Uh-oh.
Whiters fields it at his own 49.
Oh,
and
wow.
then A nice tackle there out in space by 47. I think that's Michael Mendez. Made a nice open field tackle, 10-yard return by Whiters, but more excellent starting field position for North Brunswick. 1st and 10 at the South 41. Jay Daniels, after quite a few pass attempts here in the last couple drives, is now 8 of 17, 97 yards, and a touchdown throw. Has been sacked 3 times. Jay, I mean, that stat line looks wildly different if you add that 60-yard, could have been a touchdown to it. And then he's 9 of 17 for $150 and, 2 scores. So, man, don't always buy the stat sheet. That's Cooper around the left side, still on his feet. And runs through a tackle around the 20. Knocked out of bounds at the 14-yard line. A gain of 27 yards and a first down.
Holy cow. That's some hard running that time by Cooper. And a good tackle by Earp. He felt that one. Sam, you're talking about Daniels. I just looked to see last week, stat-wise, 8 for 17, 90 yards.
Consistent.
Couple of INTs last week, and he hasn't done that tonight.
I can't remember him throwing it into trouble once, honestly, Jay. He's really done a good job protecting the football. 1st and 10 at the 14. That's Cooper around the left side, making all kinds of guys miss. Jay had a flag fly in as South was trying to grab onto Cooper. I wonder if one of the Cougar tacklers got some face mask.
Anderson Cruz was the tackler that time, 5'8" senior. Let's see which way the flag goes.
The officials trying to sort it out around the 12-yard line. No flag on the play. It has been waved off. So ball was at the 14. Now moved to the 12. I'm sorry, the 13. So we'll give Cooper 1 yard there. He's got 3 rushes for 33 yards tonight.
That kid runs hard.
Cooper, Lennon, Jenrette, a lot to like in that North Brunswick backfield. Well, of course, Jonah Campbell as well. Jay, the ball's on the ground. Cooper lost it and then fortunately fell on his own fumble at the 11-yard line. So actually picked up a couple yards there. It'll be 3rd and 7. Ball's at the 11. North Brunswick needs the South about 4.5 for a first down.
Yeah, North fortunate that time that they didn't turn that ball over. Cooper alertly pouncing on it. So 3rd down. Don't have to get into the end zone here.
4:19 left on the game clock. That's Jenrette. Boy, he's so close, Jay Bird. I think that last little stretch got him across the 5 to the 4-yard line, and it was that him stretching out the ball there at the end got him just enough for the first down. So that was, let's see, give him 7 yards. Jenrette up to 13 carries, 132 yards tonight. Jay, how many did he have last week?
Kane had 132 yards.
Exactly what he's got.
A lot less carries last week.
Exactly what he's got right now. Oh, wow. There's a nice stop by the South Brunswick defense. At 56. Crossman,
yeah. Only a junior, by the way, is Daniel, and a big kid, 6'3", 2 1/4. A couple of tackles last week. He certainly had a few here this evening.
Linden lost 2 yards on that one. He's got 7 carries for 22 yards. He's got 22. Jenrette 132. Cooper 35.
You talk about spreading it out. That receiver up at the top of your screen is in the next state.
Nice surge that time by the North offensive line. Moves it from the 6 to the 2-yard line. That was
Gonna bring up 3rd down.
Linden once again on the carry. Give him 4.
I want to see if I think the receiver that I was referencing is Nicholas Green, number 5. And way up at the top. See how far he is away, Sam? He's in Leland.
Yeah, it sure is. Almost out of the picture,
yeah,
isn't he?
I know.
3rd and goal from the 2. Jay, we got a flag that flew in.
Yeah, let's wait and see.
The result was a touchdown, but I'm going to have to see what that flag is. Here's the call from the white hat. It is a holding penalty against North Brunswick. The second time tonight they had a holding penalty on 3rd and very short. So that ball is marched back to the 11-yard line where it will be 3rd and goal. Jay, really, North's already done his job on this possession. They're chewing up so much game clock.
Yeah.
There's just not going to be enough time left for South Brunswick to mount any kind of serious rally. So a job well done by the Scorpions controlling this game in the second half on the ground.
Yeah, they, there was a gap in the middle of this game where I'd say, South more than held their own, but the beginning and the end has belonged, I think, to North Brunswick. We got any more scores? Get Huck to send us some scores.
Need Huck Hickman at home to get us some scores from other games around the area. Maybe a West Whiteville update.
A lot of good matchups
from the Hickman house. There was a lot of good area games.
There were two games tonight I was kind of interested in. Red Springs and Pender, because they both won their opening night games last week. And, of course, West Brunswick and Whiteville, because they both won their opening games last week. Everybody else lost.
Yeah, Hoggard and Jack Britt appears to have been a good one. 49 points. Those two teams combined for 49 points in the first half.
Woo!
So I'll see if I can get a Hoggard Jack Britt update for our viewers.
And Hoggard last week, a 28-21 win over Richmond Senior. What a game. Pender up 30-22 in the fourth quarter against Red Springs.
Campbell gonna pass, back of the end zone, open man, touchdown, North Brunswick. Jay, I believe that's tally. It's just so hard to see those numbers. Hold on, I'm trying to get a look. That's him. Number 6, Eli Talley, 11-yard touchdown catch from Jonah Campbell. And with 2:10 left, it's North Brunswick 38, South Brunswick 14.
Extra points for both teams this evening have been challenging. Let's see if
an adventure, to say the least.
Yeah, if the North can convert here. That looks pretty good.
That looked better, and North Brunswick knocks it in. Jay, I'm trying to do the count real quick. South had a missed field goal and extra point. North had 2 missed field goals. There have been 6, maybe 7, either missed PATs or field goals. Jay, nice protection, nice throw, nice catch.
We just a well-executed play by North Brunswick. Jonah Campbell throwing the strike to Tally.
Jay, wasn't that kind of a fitting end if that was the last score? Kind of Campbell deserved to end on a note like that. I mean, look at
the way he started, right?
Absolutely. 16 for 22, 245 yards passing, 3 passing touchdowns, 3 carries, 39 yards, and a rushing touchdown. So he's accounted for 284 yards and 4 touchdowns tonight.
Pretty good night's work for the senior Jonah Campbell. I think we got a score from across the bridge, New Hanover defeating Purnell Sweat 41-zip. So first victory for their new coach. Garner 28, Laney 7 after 3 quarters. That game started late because Garner's bus broke down, I guess, coming down I-40. I don't know. But anyway, they made up some time and have a lead over Laney.
Probably. We'll see. That's what my spotter says. Dead ball foul.
Trying to get some score for you folks with this result being pretty much in the books. Let's see.
Well, the Cougars got pretty good field position. And before we can get a snap off, we got a flag. And it looks like it might be going against South Brunswick, and it is. Illegal procedure against the Cougs. Gonna make that 1st and 10, now 1st and 15. 2:07 to go here in the final quarter. 39 for North, 14 for South.
Hoggard leading Jack Britt 35-21 at the end of the third. So Hoggard 35, Jack Britt 21. That was Revels.
Probably picked up 7, Sam, that time. Nice run off the left side.
So Revels 7 yards, Jay. That's 21 carries for 177 tonight.
Wow. Big night. South not going to win this game, but they have identified some players here this evening.
Okay, here we go. A live update. I just was going to say that was from 29 minutes ago. So the Hoggard Jack Britt game is now Hoggard 44, Jack Britt 34. So a lot of points in that one. 78 combined points. Jay, there's 7 more yards for Rebels.
Don't know if he can get 200, but he's taking a shot.
3rd and 1. South's going to throw it, or try to throw it. Daniels escapes the pressure. He's got a guy down the sideline. That's Sauterfer in the end zone. I believe he's there for a touchdown. Jaden Daniels to Grady Sauterfer, 34 yards with 49.8 seconds left. Jaden Daniels throws his 2nd touchdown pass of the night, 1st touchdown of the season for Sauterfer, and it's 39-20 North Brunswick with less than a minute left.
I actually thought he was going to keep the ball. He was real close to the line of scrimmage, but he saw Sauterfer in the corner of that end zone, and great delivery, great catch.
Petey's extra point attempt. Jay, that looked a lot more like Colin Petey there. Take a look at this play. Jay, this play, it probably took, 12 and a half seconds?
Watch how close Daniels gets to the line of scrimmage. And
sure
delivers,
did.
And he sees his guy down there.
I mean, got it to Sauterfer just in the nick of time, too, before the North defense got there. And really, overall, Jay, from Daniels, a pretty solid night, I'd argue. Not 50% completion, 9 of 18, 131 yards, 2 touchdowns, sacked 3 times, but was under a lot of pressure tonight. For a large part of the first half, didn't have much of a run game to support him, and just overall, good game.
Finally figured out how to take advantage of the the running ability of Rebels, and that combined with some throws here and there and some nice receptions here and there, and 39-21. Pretty good comeback by South, something they can build on moving forward. Next week, they being South Brunswick are at Heidi Trask, and that is a non-conference affair.
Jay, since North Brunswick was up 26-0, South Brunswick has outscored the Scorpions 21-13.
There you go. And that's something that they'll talk about this week, I think, when they take a look back at this tape. North next week, West Carteret, and I think they're visiting.
Going to Moorhead City Friday night, North Brunswick.
That's a pretty good ride, isn't it? Yeah.
And Jay, South Brunswick has who? I'm sorry.
Heidi Trask.
Trask. North Brunswick going to come out and take a knee on this one. So North going to get its first win of the 2025 season and improve to 1-1. Like Jay said, North will take on West Carteret and Moorhead City next week. South Brunswick will fall to 0-2. Lost 34-14 to West Brunswick in week 1. Gonna drop this one 39-21 to North Brunswick in week 2. But kind of a coming out party tonight for junior tailback Marius Revels. 22 carries, 184 yards, a touchdown. Also added 2 catches for 6 yards. But Jay, the story tonight, Jonah Campbell, 245 yards passing, 3 scores, very efficient, 16 of 22. 3 carries, 39 yards, and another score on the ground. Jen Rett, 132 rushing yards and a touchdown. Lennon had some good carries. Cooper Whiters finished with 98 total yards and 2 touchdowns. Hansley, 3 catches, 77 yards and a score. Talley, 5 catches, 72 yards and a score. And Hertz, 2 catches for 66 yards. Talk a little about this North Brunswick offense and the balance.
Balance is a great word. When you get that kind of throwing, passing attack that Jonah Campbell led here this evening, and then you match that up with the excellent running by Kane Jenrette and others, by the way. A real balanced, nice effort by Coach Brian Davis's Scorpions here this evening. And on the other side of the ledger, I think you summed it up well, Sam, with the kind of the breaking out party, if you will, for junior running back Amirius Revels. He had 58 last week, 182, did you say, this week?
184.
184. So, this kid's the real deal. And he's just going to get better and better as he gets more and more experience. And I think the same thing, it'll be interesting to see now as the season progresses when, South Brunswick gets away from the 6As, 7As, 8As, and get more into that 3A, 4A, 5A conference out of the South. These teams that are more their size and maybe even more their talent level. But you're going to have to be patient, South fans. This is kind of a build-in process. But you're seeing some of the good hard work that South has been doing here since Coach Yao came on board. And North, of course, their standards are a little higher right now. And it looks like they've got the kinds of players that can help them maintain that standard of excellence in Leland.
Yeah, Coach Yao trying to do what Coach Davis has done at North Brunswick the last decade. 39-21, North Brunswick winners over South Brunswick. That'll do it for Jay Combs and the entire FOCUS Broadband Game of the Week team. I'm Sam Hickman. Good night from Bowling Spring Lakes. We'll see you in a couple weeks on your next FOCUS Broadband.